Hey, what's going on? I'm gonna sit down. Let's look at something cool that I've had for a long time, the whole time. So there's a story behind this. There's like a story behind why I have this awesome tracer gun. I mean, you guys remember these? If you're old enough to remember this, this is an interesting thing too. I just thought of it. Um, is that this is an instance where a toy was marketed from a television show that really has nothing to do with the television show. It's a gun that nothing on the show that I can recall. There's no weapon on the show that is like this. And maybe that's why they call it a tracer gun because it's similar to phaser. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's a story behind this. Why do I have this? And why would I have kept it mint on card from the time when I was 8 years old? There's a reason. So the reason is that on my eighth birthday, we had a big party at my house in the screened-in back porch with a bunch of kids, like maybe 12 kids. Maybe it was an unusual thing. It was a large party, um, but my mom bought an entire case of these. She like a box of 30, and these were party favors. Everybody at my party, every kid got one of these, and we had a blast in the backyard. That was why I mentioned it. It was a great party because the party took place in the back porch inside a screened-in porch that had two different uh, exits into the backyard from that porch from screen doors. So it was really fun because it was uh, you could just run right out in the backyard and have a big uh, tracer gun fight. But so she had a box of probably 10 or 15 of these, and for years, right? And mm, high school, maybe like my junior year of high school, I remember seeing them and asking, "Hey, can I have one of these, Mom?" And she said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." So I took one and I put it in my room, and I hung it up on the wall. The hole is unpunched, but I stuck a little tack through there, and so I had it up on the wall in my room for a couple years before I joined the army, and then it just got taken down and put with on top of in with my comic books and magazines for 50 years. And that's the story of how this made it. As far as the other 10 or 15 or so mint on card tracer guns that my mom had in a big box in one of the back closets, I have no clue what happened to them. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have a feeling she probably gave them away throughout the years to my younger cousins. Anytime they would have come to visit, she would have given one or two of these to the kids to play with. So this is a really cool gun. Um, it has this side loading, top loading magazine mechanism that you're looking at. Um, and you slip those in there. It holds 20, and you can just shoot one after the other, just like it says, rapid fire. 20 discs in one loading. So this was produced in 1967, it says on the card, but this would have been 1972 when my mother bought that large box. And she bought that from someplace local. It would have been at a local department store or yeah, that's all I can think of. The only place that she would have bought this. The only I can only think of one place that she would have been able to buy a case of Star Trek tracer guns from, and it would have been a large local department store that is now long since closed. Holman's is probably where she got these from. Holman's. This is cool, huh? So the illustrations on the back, and then so boom. So even this illustration, so did I mention that this gun kind of it always reminded me of, and I think probably does other people. It's like a futuristic version of a Walther PPK. It's like the closest a little kid can get to a small secret agent type handgun with a science fiction twist to it. But mostly I mean, even this kid kind of, look at how nonchalantly he's hip firing it. Yeah. So I mean, poor range discipline, I would have to say from the very beginning. This is not a preferred stance when firing a handgun. But if you've got to do it, you got to do it. But it's got a secret agent look to it, doesn't it? I mean, it always reminded me of a James Bond gun, of the Walther PPK. So I used to do exactly what he's doing right here, but we used to do a lot of setting up army men and then taking turns trying to shoot each other's army men down with these guns. That was probably the one thing that I did the most with these guns. What we did the most with them, because you know I had a couple of them always loose in my room with my stuff. So we used to set up Navarone. My friend and I would set up Navarone, and we would take turns. One guy would be the Americans, one guy would be the Germans, and we would just take turns shooting at each other's guys set up with these like 3 shots and 3 shots back and forth. And then eventually that kind of just, sometimes we would do rubber bands, doing rubber bands the same way. So I seem to remember that this gun came in different colors. I feel like at my party there was gold ones and maybe a green one, or yellow, and maybe not gold, maybe it was yellow and green. I don't remember, but I might be wrong, but I feel like there were 2 or 3 different colors total. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. We looked at this Star Trek rapid fire tracer gun, mint on card from 1967, left over from a party favor, as a party favor from my 8th birthday. So that's cool. All right, you guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.